Howdy, Simmers. Since Enchanted by Nature came out, I'm finding it very difficult to build anything that is not a fairy home. So, in an attempt to stray away from the fairy homes and kind of ease myself back into normal building, I'm gonna build an Oasis Springs. And the reason that I am choosing to build an Oasis Springs specifically is because Oasis Springs is kind of the place that I go to build when I want to do something different. So I am sure a lot of people have noticed, it's no secret, that a lot of my houses are built in like Willow Creek and Newcrest. So they're very stylized for places that are not desert worlds. And Oasis Springs has a very specific style that I just don't ever build with because I don't really build in Oasis Springs. So when I'm in the mood to do something different, I come here, I build in the Oasis Springs style, and it usually actually comes up pretty good. I don't know why I don't build here more often, but I don't know. I feel like I end up building in Oasis Springs actually a lot when I'm doing like starter homes. I don't know why, but this is how I am easing myself away from all the fairy homes because since Enchanted by Nature came out, I just feel inspired to build these really magical looking homes. And I don't know, I need to kind of stray away from that before that becomes my thing. Soon enough, I'll never be building family homes again. It's just gonna be fairy homes. But yeah, I did not know what to call this video or this house, really. So if the video ends up having a weird title, or like, I don't know what it's gonna be yet. So we'll see. But this house, I believe, on the gallery is just called like Oasis Home with Pool, I think. It's so hard coming up with names for your builds because you don't want to always use the same ones. But then, like, I don't know what to ever call my builds. That is something I struggle with all the time. So, we on the outside just went for this really nice looking stone. And I was originally thinking about kind of breaking it up with another thing, and then I liked the stone too much, and I thought that the solid kind of tone, I guess, suited where I was at. I don't really know. A lot of the time when I look at builds in Oasis Springs, they use kind of a stone stucco look, and it's all very solid. It's like kind of tan beige off white, I guess. Like it's not very colorful in the slightest. The most colorful aspect of any of these builds is usually the roof. But I ended up just going with the full solid on the outside, which I know is not everyone's cup of tea, but I don't think it looks bad that way. I think it suits the world that it's in without it being exactly the same as all the other builds. But in this house, it ends up being a one bedroom, one bathroom. It is not a starter home, though. It's a little bit more expensive than that. It's like 50 something thousand simoleons. I don't remember. But yeah, we have no dining room in this house either. So I apologize for that. We do have a little bit of outdoor dining, though. So there is like somewhere to actually go and enjoy your food and whatnot. But I am really happy with how this came out. I was experimenting in the living room with what kind of fireplaces I could put this TV on because we have a few from cottage living that have some space at the top that you can like mount a TV onto if you are creative enough. And the trick with that to get a TV up onto these fireplaces is to delete one of the walls in the back so that way the TV isn't automatically trying to stick to that wall. So if you delete it, you can just move it anywhere you want, and then you just redraw the wall, add the wallpaper back, and you're good. But yeah, I use a lot of packs for this build, so I apologize for that. But I don't know, I never really give myself like a pack limit. Because I have everything, I find it just easier for me to not limit myself to certain packs. Like every now and then I'll do limited pack builds, but most of the time I just kind of go wherever. So I don't know. I like feeling not limited in my building, I guess. I think it comes down to, you know, making a nicer house at the risk that not everyone will be able to use it. And like some items will probably delete if you don't have Everpack, obviously, but hopefully it's just things that are kind of easily replaceable. So for instance, I think I'm using base game counters, so if you download this build, you won't have to worry about, the kitchen disappearing. At worst, maybe the sink will disappear or something. But other than that, you should be good. But yeah, I actually was going to give them a dining space originally, but then for some reason I ended up making the kitchen a little bit bigger because I think it was the window placement that actually prompted this. I was like, I don't want this fridge to be against any of these windows, so where am I going to put it? In the middle of this big wall because it felt weird having it like in the middle of a half wall. You know, I have this little half wall section between the kitchen and where I'm currently putting a desk, and just having like the back half of the fridge showing would have just driven me insane. Like so that's kind of why the kitchen ends up being so big. But yeah, I did get a desk down here and I am filling these shelves with like every item under the sun from the Comfy Gamer kit. Like we've got the Sims games, the controller, there's the candle, plant, whatever else I end up putting up there. Just so many items. But yeah, we are almost done with the downstairs. We still have to do the outside. But upstairs is like our activity hub. There's so much to do up there. I really put this house as like an entertainment space or like an activity zone because you have the desk downstairs. There's a chess table, the easel. The bedroom has a guitar. Obviously, there's the pool outside. Like there's a lot to do in this house to keep your sim kind of occupied and busy. They have the TV as well. So, yeah. And I didn't end up putting this at all, but I did think about adding a like basketball hoop kind of thing. And with the way that the pool was, it just didn't end up happening because I didn't want the pool to be too small, so it ends up in kind of a weird situation. But yeah, we go very plain for a majority of this house, I think. I have like a fully terracotta bathroom, and I think that and the bedroom are like the most colorful spaces in this entire house because going into any of these houses in Oasis Springs, the inside is kind of stylized too. It's not just the outside. You go in, it's tile flooring everywhere, still keeping with those kind of beige, tan, off-white walls with the stucco. Like it brings the outside in. Well, I guess the only real reference I have is like the Caliente slash Don Lothario home. I think I have been in that place a few times and kind of seen that stuff. The land grab mansion is like a whole different story, but that's also just the outside because they did that refresh is amazing. The inside could still use a bit of work. And actually, before I was working on this build, I was considering doing a bit of a renovation on the land grab mansion, but then I went in there and I got overwhelmed. I don't do well with big builds. So, yeah, that is off the table, probably. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll kind of get over my fear of bigger builds and I'll do something with it. I don't know. But yeah, we're in the bedroom right now. I am struggling to pick out a rug for this room. I went with this wallpaper that kind of looks like a sunset. There's a bit of an ombre-ish to it with the blues. And I really like this swatch. I think it's the nicest one probably on there because we have some that clash with like the orange and blue, and then there's a yellow and blue, which I really hate. But I did think about using it because I have some pops of yellow going on in here with the bed. We have a little armchair. Like, I don't know. I probably could have used it. I just thought that the blue felt a little nicer. And yeah. So it was nice to break it up a little bit from all the kind of plainness of everything. I love color, if you guys don't know. So it's really hard for me to not do colorful builds, but also at the same time, like when I try to do colorful builds, I feel like I'm doing too much. So, oh gosh. But we have a balcony out here, and it's super fun. I was actually planning on having this balcony be attached to a bedroom originally, and then the layout just did not call for it. So, I don't know, but we've got a couple planters out here. We put the woodworking table down because I ended up adding these little like wood hearts to the wall out there, and I was like, well, maybe the sim that lives here made them or something, and so we put the woodworking table down. And it's actually the one from the, oh gosh, what was that event called? The one we just had for Enchanted by Nature, whatever event that was. That's item you can get from that event. So, yeah. But we have moved on to landscaping. I'm getting some palm trees around, just very light landscaping because we're in a desert. It's not going to be like full on flowers or anything. You're going to get like sporadic stuff. And I just pulled out whatever I could from environment stuff. I noticed there were some daisies around, and I'm using this like scorched earth terrain paint for my thing. So, yeah. But we're at the end of the footage now, so I'm going to hop into the game and I will show you the build. And here we are. So I am really happy with how this turned out. I think it is super cute. I am really happy with my roofing job, actually. Like, I was a little skeptical about how this would turn out, but I don't hate it. So we'll go ahead and head inside. I did put some stuff on this front deck. So we have a few more planters. We have an actual like plant out here as well. And as we come inside, we can see our living room. So it is very nice. I love this green couch. I don't remember what kit this is from. What is it? I don't know. There was a living room kit that came out, and I think this couch is from that kit. But we've got a bookshelf here. Obviously the fireplace and TV. Little plant in the corner. And then we come through this way. You can see we've got that desk and all of the clutter just everywhere. And then here's our kitchen. It is really nice, really big. So plenty of counter space. Yeah, absolutely love it. We even got a microwave. So super fun. We'll come out here to our back patio. Not really back patio, side patio space. We've got a little grill. Here's our outdoor dining. And then the pool is right here. So super nice. It goes all the way against the house. But yeah, not too bad. I think Sims will really enjoy that. And then we're going to head back this way. Oh, there's a cup there. I had a Sim in here, and I guess he left his cup on the mantle. It's fine. It's not there in the download, just so you know, it's not on the gallery. But we'll come up here, and we've got our activity landing zone. So the chess table is there. We have the easel and just a little bit of the artist studio kit decor to kind of tie in with that. And then just some other stuff to kind of make the upstairs feel nice. Then out here we have more planters. Here's that table. Little seating area, and this is our view from the balcony. Oh, hey, you can see the dinosaur out there. And whatever build I have all the way over there. Looks like some kind of bowling alley or something. I don't even know if that's a real lot. There's a heat wave going on, so if you see any kind of weird weather effects, that's why. But then we come back in. Here is our bathroom, and yes, the walls are being a little glitchy now. Surprise, surprise. But yeah, it's a bathroom. It's nothing too fancy. And then lastly is the bedroom, which still having some glitch issues, so I apologize. But we've got the guitar there. There's another bookshelf. And yeah, so not too bad. The window is clipping a little bit with the ceiling, but it's okay. But yeah, that is the house. So I hope that you guys like it. I think it came out really, really cute. I really do like it. And like I said, this cup that's on this half wall over here is not in the download, so you don't have to worry about that. So like I said, the build is available on the gallery as Oasis Home with Pool. It's not a very creative name, I know, but it's 52,139 simoleons. And if you want to download it, you can find it through my gallery ID, TheSimmingKoala. And if you are a regular downloader of my stuff, then this is for you guys. It's no longer TheSimmingKoala with 2 A's at the end. I finally got my actual username on the EA website. So now we are just TheSimmingKoala everywhere. And if you guys ever forget that, it's gonna be in the description. So I'm not going back through and editing all my videos though. So just remember, SimmingKoala just as is. After building this, I feel pretty good about, getting back into regular building. I'm still probably gonna end up building a lot of fairy homes because that's just where my head is at right now. It's all about the fairies. It's probably going to be about the fairies for a long time. I am obsessed. But yeah, I really hope that you guys like the build. Let me know what you think of it. If you have any build suggestions, definitely leave them in the comments. And I think that's all I have for you today. So with that, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel and make sure you have notifications on so you don't miss anything. Be sure to follow my socials. Links are below. I'll see y'all soon. Bye.